Most people think talking to camera is a really terrifying thing, and for some it is. But for the ones who know how to approach it the right way, it's one of the easiest thing ever. And no, I don't mean that you need to learn how to perfectly edit videos or you need to have the perfect mic and all those things. What I mean is, if you know how to approach talking to camera, you will be able to record videos really confidently without ever second guessing yourself. See, most people, when they want to share something on camera and maybe record a YouTube video, what they're actually trying to think is that they are talking to an audience. And when you think about an audience, it makes it really easy for you to find yourself in the spot where you assume a lot of pressure being put on you in order to talk to that audience. And one of the easier things that I find anytime I record these sort of talking videos is I actually try to think that I'm talking to just one person, and that one person is actually a friend that I'm trying to help feel confident talking to camera and record videos. And what it does is it takes away a lot of pressure from me. Instead of thinking along the lines of a huge audience watching me and what they might think or judging me and all those things, I just think about helping a friend out. And this kind of mindset makes it really easier for me to start talking to the camera. See, most of the time, the pressure that you anticipate or the shyness that you feel, it's not really nervousness of talking to the camera. It's actually the fear of judgment from the other people. Because look at it this way, we evolved fighting in the jungles and we are descendants of apes. And back in the day, anytime our body released adrenaline or anytime we were found out by the other tribe, there was this immense danger of life. And since we no longer live in those times, we still have these defense mechanisms that anytime you try to raise the bar for yourself and do something uncomfortable, your brain suddenly tells you that, why is he trying so hard now? Why is he trying to do this thing? We don't need to do it. We need to be comfortable where we are. So it's like a mix of your nervous system trying to keep you complacent and not level up. And at the same time, the fear of judgment from other people that makes you prevent taking action. And if you know this, then you can use this knowledge to your advantage. So instead of saying, I'm not good enough, or I'm not confident enough to talk on camera, or I don't like my face, instead of doing negative self talk, you can start telling yourself that it's okay, I'm having these feelings. And it's natural for anyone who's trying to do these things. So it's not something that's unique to me. Almost every single person who creates content and who tries to talk to the camera probably goes through the same things. So if they can overcome it, I can overcome it as well. And also realizing that sometimes you never really are able to overcome it completely, but it's about doing the thing that you want to do despite getting those feelings. Because if you're able to act despite feeling shy, and let's say you're able to record your first 50 videos, do you really think you're going to doubt yourself as much as you did on your first video? Probably not, right? Because you would look at all the videos that you have created and you would see all this proof that you have demonstrated to yourself that you can do hard things, and that will give you the confidence. So instead of wanting to feel confident before you start, you will see all these videos that you have created and you will be like, I am the kind of person who is able to do things despite being hard. And this kind of mindset is going to make it easier for you to talk to camera. And as you try to build this mindset of creating confidence through doing things, you will need to watch out for a couple things, and this is really important. As you begin to prepare yourself mentally to actually start creating talking videos, you will have your brain throw all the obstacles at you. Suddenly, you might realize that I need a perfect microphone in order to record videos, or I need background light, or I need the perfect makeup, the perfect lighting. You will have all these non issues prop up as some things that you absolutely need in order to talk to camera, wherein the only thing that you need is to just set the camera and record and get comfortable doing it through the process of actually talking. So when you actually have these thoughts, recognize them and then tell yourself that I realize what my brain is trying to do and I'm not gonna let it do it, and record the video right away. But sometimes when I find myself getting into the trap of this kind of overthinking, I repeatedly tell myself this phrase that I like. It's called do it now. So I just tell myself like, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. And that kind of mindset helps me spring into action rather than letting my procrastination take over, or rather than letting my overthinking take over and prevent me to actually do the thing that actually needs to be done. I will give you a really good example from 2 days ago. I was talking to a friend. She used to have over 100,000 followers on TikTok. And at some point, she deleted her TikTok because she, for some reason, did not want to post anymore. And she created another account, and suddenly it grew to 4,500 followers. Now, that is like a lot of followers, but she creates a lot of content where she doesn't talk. And she was watching my YouTube videos and she was like, Yash, how do you feel confident into the camera? And I told her that it's not about whether or not you feel confident, it's about doing the thing regardless of how you feel. And then I also gave her a few tips like imagining she's talking to her best friend, genuinely trying to help people and solve a problem for someone. So, not really thinking about yourself, but thinking about the other person. So, of course, I gave her all these tips. But then what I also told her is that instead of overthinking it, just set your camera and record 1 minute talking video. So she went to the Walmart and she did some groceries and she bought these nice little candies and she did an unboxing video. And I asked her what her experience was, and she told me that she had to do it thrice because the first time she was noticing her nails, the second time she thought to herself that she needed to redo her makeup, and the third time around is when she actually made a reel. And after recording it, she felt a little bit proud of herself, but she kept on going into this mental loop of that I feel so uncomfortable recording. And so I told her that that's the whole point because 90% of the people who want to level up, they have all these ideas, but they are not able to like put themselves out there because of this fear. And so at any point in our life, we have the option to either be one of those 90% of the people or be the 10% of the people who actually know that it's scary, but who still know that what needs to be done, and then finding ways to do it in a way that is aligned to our personality. So my friend did not need to go outside, sit in a park and record a video. She was able to record the video inside her apartment just by herself. So she was able to find this kind of setting that, as scary as it was for her to talk on the camera, she made the risk and the fear as low as she can by doing it by herself inside her apartment. So this is just one example. So a lot of times you need to think about, if you have the fear of talking on camera, can you tweak the settings a little bit? Can you do something that might make it easier for you instead of just waiting and procrastinating and putting it off for some perfect setting or for a perfect environment for you to actually start creating content? And this is something that I see with a lot of my clients. I remember I had a singing client who wanted to record singing videos, and eventually she gave up because she kept going into the loop of she needed the perfect lighting, the perfect studio, and the perfect mic in order to record. And eventually she gave up, and I gave her 2 weeks to straighten her thoughts. And I told her that I want you to dig really deep into why you even want to do it. And eventually she came around and she recorded a YouTube video of her singing with not the best background, and it still received a lot of views. So these are some of the examples to highlight the point that everything that you are feeling, a lot of people are feeling that way. And this is completely normal. You just have to find a way that makes it easier for you to actually get comfortable talking to the camera. And if you follow the tips that I shared in this video, it's going to make it very possible for you to record your first YouTube video without overthinking, without procrastinating, and starting with where you are and still doing the work and putting yourself out there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to work with me, and if you have already tried a lot of other YouTube advice or gurus and it has not been working for you, then let's get on a call and we can get into what might be some of the reasons why you're procrastinating, why you're overthinking, why you're not taking action, and we can help you come up with your own insights and then create an actionable plan that gets you from being shy to consistently and sustainably create content, along with keeping you accountable along the way so you don't give up, you don't quit, and you're able to showcase your skills to the world because it's going to really help them, and you're able to create a life for yourself by putting yourself out there just in the way that you have the capability to do it. Subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in the next video.